Business Book Summaries.
Mastering the art of saying no means knowing how to stand your ground, reclaim your time and energy, and refuse to be taken for granted without feeling guilty. Damon Zahariades, a seasoned professional, addresses the common struggle of being a doormat in his best-selling instruction manual. If you find yourself being pushed around and constantly asked for help, Zahariades provides practical techniques to break free from this cycle. Having personally experienced the challenges of being a people-pleaser, he shares real-world insights to help readers navigate this universal issue. Previously, he would go to great lengths to assist others, all while feeling miserable inside.
Before we delve further, remember that we regularly share new content. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel Business Book Summaries and hit the notification bell for the latest updates.
Zahariades emphasizes the importance of speaking honestly and directly about your boundaries. He encourages readers to commit to applying his lessons on asserting themselves and resisting the urge to always give in to endless requests. The key is to say no when appropriate, allowing you to prioritize your own well-being. To overcome the habit of always saying yes, Zahariades suggests starting by saying yes to his outlook and strategies. He assures readers that the more they practice saying no now, the less frequently they'll need to do so in the future. In this summary, you'll discover how to break free from the learned behavior of always saying yes, understand the power of the word no, and confidently decline requests without feeling guilty. In essence, always saying yes can turn some individuals into doormats, leaving little time for personal needs. Zahariades underscores that constantly agreeing to others often means consistently denying oneself. Developing the ability to say no is not just a skill but an essential aspect of a fulfilling life. Discovering how to say no and becoming more assertive, which is different from being aggressive, is a valuable skill. People-pleasers often struggle with saying no because they fear rejection, but successful individuals understand the importance of setting boundaries. You shouldn't feel responsible for other people's negative feelings when you decline their requests. In fact, the more you practice saying no now, the less frequently you'll need to do it in the future. Let's break it down. Imagine you're a go-to person, always helping others when they ask for it. A friend seeks your assistance, and you agree, thinking it will only take 10 to 15 minutes. However, it ends up consuming nearly an hour of your time. You feel good about helping but also regretful because that time could have been used for your important tasks. This scenario repeats itself when another friend asks for a favor. In an effort to be kind, you sacrifice more time away from your work. Unfortunately, this pattern continues, and you find yourself always saying yes to others. While you may want to be helpful, this puts you in the role of a go-to person who constantly does favors for others. Over time, you might start resenting those who ask for help and feel frustrated with yourself for neglecting your own needs. The truth is, every time you say yes to someone else, you're saying no to yourself. The good news is there's a constructive way to break free from this cycle. Learn how to say no with poise, grace, and tact, without feeling guilty. To reclaim your time and priorities, it's crucial to protect your time. If you don't prioritize your own tasks and responsibilities, no one else will. Taking care of your business before attending to others is not selfish, it's a self-preserving practice. Failing to do so is ultimately self-defeating. If you're constantly helping others without taking care of yourself, you'll end up feeling tired, cranky, and downhearted. In that state, it becomes challenging to assist anyone, including yourself. The basic rule for self-preservation is simple: take care of yourself first. Once you've attended to your needs, you can help others, but always within reasonable limits and without harming yourself in the process. It's about being thoughtful and considering your well-being. To put this into action, you need assertiveness. Being assertive involves building self-confidence and self-esteem. You have to express what you want from life and then take steps to achieve it. Speaking up for yourself and doing what you think is best are crucial aspects of assertiveness. When you're assertive, you feel liberated to live life on your terms without constantly seeking approval from others. Saying yes all the time can become a deeply ingrained habit. The more you say yes, the more it becomes second nature. Assertiveness challenges this by encouraging clear communication. Learning to say no is a powerful aspect of assertiveness. It transforms the word no into a magic tool that can positively change your life. It's important to note that being assertive is not the same as being aggressive. Being assertive means expressing your thoughts without being unpleasant or fearing consequences. On the other hand, aggression involves being belligerent, hostile, opinionated, and threatening. Assertive individuals are respectful and don't talk over others. They don't try to dominate conversations or act as if their ideas are the only ones that matter. They strike a balance between being considerate and not allowing themselves to be pushed around. The word no holds significant power. Many people struggle to say it because of the fear or discomfort associated with it. However, understanding the strength behind saying no is key to asserting yourself and maintaining a healthy balance in your life. When we find the courage to say no, we often apologize and make excuses, almost begging for forgiveness. This tendency to say yes, even when we know we should say no, is not surprising. It's a quick, instinctive reaction rooted in our desire for approval from others. Many of us learn from a young age to be nice and helpful, seeking recognition for our kindness. This habit of saying yes becomes ingrained in our value systems. As kids grow into adults, some become virtual yes machines, saying yes to everyone and everything. The idea is that being agreeable and saying yes is a sign of goodness. However, in the long run, the best way to truly help others is to ensure your own needs are met first. Certain individuals become consistent people pleasers, always afraid to speak up, feeling the need to maintain a happy facade, and avoiding conflict. They may perceive any self-care as selfish and have weak personal boundaries, prioritizing others' happiness over their own. Rejection terrifies people pleasers, and the thought of saying no fills them with dread. This tendency to say yes becomes a learned behavior over time, almost like a second nature or a strong habit. When someone asks for a favor, you may not even think about it, you automatically and instantly agree. The good news is that you can unlearn this behavior. Start small by deliberately pausing for a few seconds when faced with a request. Take that moment to consider what the other person is asking of you. This pause allows you to break the knee-jerk habit of automatically saying yes. Consider what drives you to say yes to a request. It might be the need for validation, approval, or low self-esteem. Recognize that saying yes all the time is a habit you need to break. Here's why saying no can be difficult. 1. Fear of offending. People often give in to avoid upsetting someone. It's important not to fear saying no, but always do it respectfully. When you treat someone asking for a favor with respect, you've done what you should. 2. Avoiding disappointment. People hesitate to say no to avoid disappointing others. It's crucial to remember that feeling guilty or remorseful for standing up for yourself is not appropriate. It's not your responsibility to shield others from disappointment when you decline their requests. 3. Seeming selfish. Some people adopt a constant yes attitude to avoid seeming selfish. However, consistently prioritizing others over yourself can harm your own life. It's okay to say no and prioritize your needs. 4. Building low self-esteem. Those with low self-esteem may think their time is less valuable than others. Saying no can actually boost your self-esteem. Your time has value, and it's essential to be selective in how you allocate your resources. 5. Wanting to be liked. There's a misconception that saying no will make others like you less. In reality, asserting yourself by saying no can garner more respect. It's about setting boundaries and being true to yourself. 6. Appearing valuable. While everyone wants to feel appreciated, it's crucial not to sacrifice your own needs to constantly help others. You are valuable when you help, but don't put your life on hold for others. 7. Fearing missed opportunities. Some fear missing out on opportunities if they say no. However, it's essential to strike a balance and not let the fear of missing out dictate your decisions. Saying no allows you to focus on your priorities and not compromise on your opportunities. Do you find it hard to say no to important people like your boss? Are you worried that if you don't do what they want, they might not consider you for future opportunities? It's crucial to avoid wasting your time on inconsequential tasks for your manager when you could be doing something meaningful for yourself. Focus on doing things that matter to set yourself on the path to even more significant opportunities. Avoiding emotional bullying. Bullies won't stop until you agree to do what they want. Tactics like yelling, threatening, or swearing are forms of manipulation. Recognize these tactics for what they are and firmly say no to short-circuit a bully's power. Embracing conflict. Sometimes conflict is unavoidable, and achieving harmony seems impossible. Be brave enough to embrace conflict to protect yourself. Saying yes just to avoid confrontation only reinforces the idea that your feelings matter least. Breaking the yes habit. Reflect on how always saying yes might negatively impact you. Use these strategies to break the habit. Be direct. Say no without excuses or equivocation. Be straightforward and honest. Avoid stalling. Stalling is disrespectful and makes you seem indecisive. Say no right away. It's more respectful than delaying. Replace no with explanation. You can communicate the idea of no without using the actual word. Soften the blow with different phrasing, like I'd like to help, but I'm swamped with this project right now. Avoid offering excuses. Invented excuses rarely fool anyone and diminish your credibility. Instead, simply say no. Honesty is the best policy. Take ownership of your decision. When you can't do something, say it without offering elaborate excuses. Let's be honest, saying I can't is often a way of avoiding responsibility. Take charge of your life and decisions. When you say no, you don't have to leave it at that. You can provide a reason, a genuine one. Ask the person making the request to check back later after you've had time to consider it. This is a reasonable response that puts the pressure where it belongs on the requester. It's crucial not to lie about your availability. You are the one in charge of your life, and you get to make the decisions. You don't need to feel responsible for other people's negative reactions. Their reactions are about them, not you. If you can't or won't do what someone asks, offer an alternative strategy. Don't leave the requester hanging. Suggest a different option, like recommending someone else for the task. You can also describe your lack of bandwidth by detailing the activities in your busy schedule, demonstrating that you genuinely don't have the time to help out. Be firm and resolute. Pushy requesters may dislike hearing no, but don't waver under their pressure. If you give in, they might persist. Return the situation to the requester, saying something like, I understand you don't like hearing no, but I've made up my mind. Always be courteous, even to a rude requester. Being rude in return can have negative consequences for you later. It's essential to maintain civility in your interactions. You can be polite and assertive at the same time. One effective strategy is saying no by category. If you have skills beyond your job description, create a general rule letting everyone know you can help in that extra area. This way, you don't have to turn down specific requests, making it easier to manage. Saying yes too often means putting others' needs ahead of your own. Those 5 minutes you thought you were giving away can easily turn into 45, and a couple of hours might end up taking most of your day. Your time is precious, and once you give it away, you can't get it back. If you're someone who regularly helps others, you might spend a significant portion of your productive hours on their goals, neglecting your own. Self-care isn't selfish, it's necessary. Constantly saying yes to others can lead to personal disaster. To avoid this, you need to turn down requests without feeling guilty. Knowing how to say no gracefully is one thing, doing it is another. Initially, standing up for yourself might not be easy, but with regular practice, saying no confidently and without excuses becomes much easier. As essentialism advocate Greg McKeown notes, if you don't prioritize your life, someone else will. To become an expert at saying no, start with small refusals and gradually move on to bigger ones. For instance, practice saying no to dessert at a restaurant. As you become more comfortable with little refusals, progress to medium-sized ones, and eventually, you'll handle big no's effortlessly. With practice, you'll notice a shift in dynamics. People will bother you less with constant requests for your time. The better you get at saying no, the less often you'll have to say it.
We're keen to hear your thoughts on our content. Feel free to share your opinions or recommend books in the comments section. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel Business Book Summaries and hit the notification bell to stay updated with our latest summaries. Thank you, and have a wonderful day.